here we are, another year, and nothing has changed.
And it's January. We're a little late because it's January 9th today, and we're just shooting the videos. But that's because Christmas had come and gone, and it was busy. And how come you have 2 glasses and I only have 1?
Well, because I didn't set this up. You're going to have to use the same glass.
So there's got to be more glass around here somewhere.
By me.
Place like this.
Yeah, you'd think so.
So January 2018. What would the? So we're moving into 1978 now, as far as our 40-year.
Oh, that's right. And I have no idea what it is.
Oh.
I had some computer issues for the last 2 months, so.
There we go.
But I'm sure it was a rosé and an Argentine Cabernet.
Now lots of things going on, right? So the Pinot Noir Club was very, very well received during the holidays.
What a surprise!
Bordeaux Club as well, Napa Club, Rosé. All 4 clubs actually were well received by people for Christmas. So a lot of good new gift recipients viewing these things, Ed. Mm-hmm. As far as you know.
As far as I know.
Right.
I only know what you tell me, Paul.
Which means I need to introduce Ed Masciana. Hey, he's the author of Shortcuts on Wine and a great guy, and been hanging around since 1967 or something.
9, but who's counting?
Who's counting, right?
Yeah, 69.
And I've been hanging around since. Well, the picture that they've been. I just did a search, and I found an article written by a blogger about sommeliers that are starting wine clubs. Okay.
Oh my God!
And the cool thing about the article was that they referenced the beginning of this whole club thing by an article about my father, and then that picture, that black and white picture.
Oh gosh, with you there?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
What are you, 19 or something?
It's
there?
1976, I think. So I was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting because I remember that picture being shot, and I'm going, Dad, come on, Dad, come on, Dad, I want to do the picture.
He hasn't changed a bit, has he?
So now I'm missing the glass. You were missing your spit bucket. So now you not only get to drink out of there. Here it is. Oh. All right. So this is the classic series here at Wine of the Month Club, and we've got some great wines. I'm really excited about this stuff because like now that one, no, that one's great. This is the Dune Buggy. Now this is a family. It's a family vineyard, and they came to us. And one of the things that happens in the wine business in America is that I do better with names I control, brands, so to speak. So they were able to bottle this so that we could ship it to more states. And that little Dune Buggy is my Dune Buggy.
That's your Dune Buggy. Wow, Dune Buggy. Just a bit of history that nobody really cares about.
It's kind of cool. What are you talking about?
Well, they're not in this club for history. They're in it for the wine.
I'm in it for the wine.
Yes, he is now putting in the new improved porter with the Wine of the Month Club logo, which can be yours for free.
Just call and ask customer service, please send me some discs. These will eliminate drips entirely. No more stained labels, no more stained tablecloths.
And no more stained people.
And you can just, speaking of stained people,
here we go.
And you can wash this, by the way, just with the water, soap and water. So we had the opening of the wine shop over the weekend.
I saw it. It looks beautiful.
And we had about 20 people in the tasting room. And
wow.
They wouldn't leave. They would not leave. They wouldn't leave. So it's like
wait a minute. Did you charge them for the tasting?
No, not
well, then I wouldn't leave either.
They're like, we're having a blast. We had great stories, but at 3 o'clock we had to shut it down. So first Saturday of every month, we're doing the tastings there, and then that'll probably evolve into something more. And we poured this, and it was really well received.
Well, every time you put something in this label, and from Chile, is really, really good.
No.
What's the matter?
My glass was a mess.
I know, it smells like glass. Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Mine was bad. In fact, the other day we went to a restaurant, and we were some guests, and they put the glasses out, and I smelled them, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm smelling the glass because you know how many times it smells like dish rag, dirty dish rag,
mm-hmm.
or
even clean dish rag.
Yeah,
still dish rag,
or bleach.
Well, so bleach, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Now we're talking.
This is really nice.
I love this wine because it's got a wonderful rosy berry flavors, and it's not overdone with.
But it's also got some complexity too. It's got a little licorice. It's got some earthiness to it. I mean, it's a real classy wine, and I mean,
wow.
$18.99 on the shelf, $7.99 reorder.
But
price.
you know it's chili. You get the green olives, and you get the green pepper, but you get more fruit component than typical.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
$19.99, $18.99 on the shelf, $7.99 for more. You said that already. You're at 96.
Yeah, I'm at a 95. I don't want to agree with you again. Like it ever happened, but that's another story.
Man.
Yeah, this is really, really nice wine.
Really good with like a certain type of barbecue sauce, you know?
A certain type of barbecue sauce.
Well, I don't know if you want it too smoky.
Well, it's got a little smokiness to it.
Yeah, it's good though.
Okay. It's your turn.
Pavia. Don't worry, folks. We'll get this going. All right.
Yeah, I know. It only looks like we don't know what we're doing.
These are. This is the second brand with wine we've done for this brand, and they're just. I don't know where they came from.
Well, these
I've
guys
never
are
tasted
such
them.
a pain because they don't give you information, but the wines are delicious. They say, well, we and he and I. But who are they? You know, I mean, and they don't want to tell you. Now, this is a really interesting smelling Chardonnay because it smells like anything but. You know, I mean, it's got a little pineapple in the nose.
It does. It's very strong. Maybe it's come from the age because it's a 14, which we're getting a lot of 14 shards in right now. And some of them, like, you can't drink them because they've just gotten too old. But this has done a really good job of hanging in there.
Well, yeah, because it's got great acidity.
Yeah.
You know, it really has a nice little
there's oak.
crisp finish.
There's
oak, but it's not so prevalent that, you know, and that's what gives you the little vanilla and the spice and the pineapple. This is really, really nice wine. I mean, $16.99 on the shelf, $6.99 reorder. I'm at a 96 on this.
96. How about that?
Chardonnay.
That's explosive, Ed.
That's very explosive.
I got an idea.
That wasn't much of one idea, but you want to keep going or you want to quit while you're behind?
Why don't you have a seat? I think this is. I mean, this is the kind of Chardonnay that when you walk into the grocery store and you see these floor stacks of Chardonnay, all these famous brands, and you go, oh, because they're so simple and they're so nothing. This has got a lot of complexity to it for the price.
Very, very
for that
nice
same price.
wine. No, it's really, really, really pretty, and it's got good balance too. But you know, I'd be hard pressed to say it's Chardonnay though. You know, I mean, it almost comes off like Vouvray without the sugar.
Vouvray without the sugar. That's good, Ed. That's confusing
I know.
me
That's
more.
why they get the big bucks, Paul. You know, I knew there was a reason.
Now this is the Admirable, which
These names. I mean,
Where
come
they
on,
come
guys.
from, these
I
names?
don't know.
I mean, I understand that when you're naming a wine these days, the oak this and tree that and valley this, they're all gone, right?
Yeah, right. And cedar.
But
this. Yeah.
but Admirable,
Yeah. Admirable.
and
Well,
then it's Bordelot, right? So it's like a French name. I guess they're trying to do a French label.
Well-
Santa Barbara County.
What's interesting is the people that made this wine own a vineyard in Malibu.
I forgot about this.
The woman is Beatrice, something, a very French name, brought up in a town near Bordeaux, has several degrees, including enology from the University of Bordeaux, et cetera, et cetera. Sounded very interesting. I called to try and get a hold of them to talk to them, and they never called me back.
It's Beatrice Cointreau.
But yeah, I know. I
As
wonder
the
if she's
drink.
member of the Cointreau family, which wouldn't be too bad.
So I remember the wine now because I bought this a while ago, and so that explains her French name, Bordelot, which is near the water, at the water. So what a wonderful, complex thing. And the reason I thought it was interesting is the Santa Barbara grapes, but they're obviously Bordeaux varietals, or maybe a little Zin in there or something.
Well, Cabernet Franc and Merlot.
Oh,
and,
Cab Franc, Merlot. Oh, yeah, that's it.
You know, it's definitely.
Oh, it's a Bordeaux blend.
It's a Bordeaux blend, yeah. But,
Cab Sauv, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot. So,
right.
wow, that's kind of off the wall for Santa Barbara grapes.
Well,
And
no,
it's
not
doing
anymore.
well.
I mean, it used to be because they couldn't get the ripeness because it was so cool.
But this is clearly
But
ripe.
Well, it's clearly ripe, you know. But it's also how you grow the grapes too. I mean, you got to pull the leaves off.
That was ripe, Ed.
It doesn't end. You know. I'm glad he finds himself.
That was funny.
Entertaining.
Excuse me. We don't have a cough button here. I think this is just. What year is it? Because it's got a complexity. 14.
Yeah, 2014. I mean, this is an amazing wine for $7.99 in a reorder. I'm doing a 97. I think it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $7.99. That's a joke, kind of, because the bottle age alone is worth that.
Bottle age alone.
Bottle
The
age
bottle
alone.
alone is worth it.
So here's a funny story with this C.
God, these guys. Another.
I don't know. Did the bottle melt on the way over here?
I don't know.
So I loved the wine. I tasted it. I thought, man, I better make sure that I can ship this thing because the bottle shape's so bizarre. So I put the 2 bottles aside, the samples I tasted, and then I didn't think about it. And I got on the computer a couple days later to buy wines, and I saw that I liked this wine and I wanted to make a deal. So I just made a deal without checking with the warehouse first that this thing would ship. So, a couple weeks later, it shows up in the dock, and here these guys come walking upstairs with the box going, is this going to work? Because they put it in the bottle. It did work, thank goodness, because that was the problem.
Wow.
But isn't that fun? And it's, it's from Pavia, so it's from the western side.
Right.
Instead of the eastern side, so where you typically see it. But it's full. It's got a lot going on, but it's still very light and fresh.
No, it's a light, fresh Pinot Grigio. It's got some nice little piquant guava and apple fruit to it.
Wow.
$17.99 on the shelf. $8.90.
This is the way Pinot Grigio should taste.
Exactly.
You shouldn't oak it.
Oh God, you should be shot dead if you oak
Margarita.
Pinot Grigio.
This is a 97 for me.
Yeah, I'm going
great.
96.
Look at this.
But I like it.
Color's a little pale, but it's a little chartreuse in there, a little bit of green. It's kind of neat.
Well, yeah, it should be because
Pavia is like
Pinot
just
Gris,
below.
which
It's
means
just below
gray.
Milan, right?
Yeah, right up there. It's right up there in Lombardia, and so it's fabulous. I mean,
It's funny too. You still get that wonderful Italian. I love Italian whites. They have that old world character.
love
about
them.
And it's great with that.
So here we go, and that's our show for today, October. Oh my God, January
October.
2018. Wow, who would have thunk? Hush falls over the room. Thank you. And for my next trick,